Welcome back to Cheche, the program where opinion counts. We're live on Citizen TV from Mombasa County with our guest, the chairman of the Kenya Ports Authority, the Honorable Danson Mungatana. Now, he's been talking to us about the fortunes of the Kenya Ports Authority. He's ruled out the possibility of privatization. He says that they are building new berths at Lamu through an arrangement with the Japanese government.
No, Chinese.
Japanese, JICA?
Japanese is Mombasa.
Sorry, I'm mixing them up.
Lamu.
Not Lamu, Mombasa, thank you. But of course, the other complaint we hear coming from anyone dealing with the ports is corruption.
Yeah.
How have you streamlined that? Have you devolved it, gotten rid of it? What have you done with it?
First of all, I have to say here that it's something you can't quite kill it, but you can deal with it in the best way possible.
Which is what?
We have established in the port an ethics and anti-corruption person and a department, actually, a whole setup unit that really is what you would call a Piga Firimbi department. People
a whistleblowing department.
Whistleblowing unit. So if you have issues with corruption and any person who is operating within the port, they know that there's a place that you can go and you can raise those issues. That's one. Number two, we have, and it's a government requirement now, that the audit unit, should be elevated. An audit and risk department is now able to track in transactions, issues. So if something is going that is wrong, you will find that it will be exposed even before things are out of hand. So I'm not saying we have eliminated.
The main thing was not
but we are dealing with it.
Not small type.
Yeah.
We are dealing with procurement, high-level international procurement of cranes. That was what been having the big problem in the port. Procurement by the management, by the board of big procurement. That is where the problem has been.
Mutegi, the Kenya Ports Authority, as compared to KenGen, as compared to Kenya Power, we don't do very big procurements. But I want to say that the ones that we are doing, we have implemented the SAP system. You cannot...
SAP means?
SAP is financial accounting systems and all those procuring. It is so... You have to follow the system. And let me tell you, any person who intends to do corruption at the port will find it very difficult. Even for us, I'm telling you, and I must admit here in front of the cameras, even for us who want to help people, you must be qualified. You must be able to deliver on the goods. And it is very, very difficult for someone to say, give, at chairman amesema, give this one. Or managing director amesema, give this one. You have a proper procurement system. Why? You mess it up, someone will go to the oversight board. You mess it up there, someone goes to the court. Who suffers? It's the port. Because if we want to procure 3 cranes, and then we are involved in long procurement wars in court, in the oversight board, we have put aside the money. We are the ones who suffer at the port.
You, for instance, were appointed because of your association.
With the president.
With the president.
Yes.
Because you moved from Mother Karua's party group. So therefore, because of Asante, you are given a job. So you can do it and know it. You know,
Mutegi,
I am in the
Mutegi, let me tell you, I can say without fear of contradiction, I am the best chairman the Kenya Ports Authority has ever had, and the youngest one, and the performing one. Yes.
There's quite some opposition to you being appointed, though.
No, you see, that is always the case. That is always the case, because you are young. Because you are a politician. But hey, before I was a politician, I was a very learned fellow. I ran my practice, and I was a very good politician at that. Now,
so what has this chairman done that makes him better than the previous ones?
Well, let me just say, in terms of performance and the achievements that we are doing now, and going forward, we have done very well. And I want to repeat that how you get into a position, there are very many things that can contribute to that, but performance is what really matters. And I will tell you for sure, the issue of corruption, we have reduced it. I will tell you for sure, we are on schedule on the infrastructure program. I will tell you for sure.
Actually, no, I'll come to you, David and Mutegi, because he made the points at the beginning of the program.
Yeah.
We're told that you inherited the KPA in probably better shape than it had been for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And so, David, from what we've heard from Chairman Mungatana, do you think that the KPA is being run well, that we're making the most out of it, that we should be, thinking otherwise?
Well, a combination of factors would, return a favorable verdict for the chairman. One, he works within a better environment. Definitely, this particular government, the president has shown determination to correct things, to fix them. That's why he visited even before he got into office, and since then, he has had leadership. So Mungatana, I think, has performed well because he has followed in the pursuit, the shadow of the president. Which,
but are they making money?
Also,
are you making money?
By the way, let me not
give us statistics about money.
Yes, I will. Let me also add to what David, you are saying. We have a management team that is very well coordinated, and they are trying to deliver on the implementation.
But David, let me allow you to finish your point.
Yeah, but you see, of course, that doesn't take away from the fact that Mungatana, as Mutegi said, one was a political appointee. His appointment, of course.
And there is nothing wrong with that.
Yes. We don't begrudge you. We're stating the facts,
right,
which can go either way. The fact that your position was not competitive, I mean, you were appointed. Two, definitely in fitting in the scope that the port leadership has to be presided over by somebody from the coast region. And, being from Tana River, which is part of that region, also that. Then we can add on the fact that you're a learned and good politician who was in a ministry, of course.
Yes.
We can't take that away from you.
Yes, please don't.
But there are still fundamental issues that you have not actually disabled some of the problems that people keep complaining about with regard to the board.
Okay.
Even the board that you chair, its composition, because it's a carryover from the previous administration, and when it was appointed, there are complaints about the ethnic or regional balance.
No, let's
are sitting on it.
No, let's do the facts here.
Yeah.
The board has the Attorney General sitting there, and his representative. The ministry sitting there was his representative. The Kenya Railway sitting there, the MD. And then we have, of course, our MD. Those are automatic people who are there.
Yes.
Then there are those appointees. Now let's look at the fact. There is Director Khadija Karim, Coast. There is Director Abdallah, Coast. Of course, there's myself, Chairman, Coast. And then there is Joy Asiema, who is Western. And then there is Ben. Ben is from Central. There is Musengi. Musengi is from Kajiado. Now, 50% of the board is coastal based, and you are right to the extent that previous to that it was a very bad composition during Kimunya's time, and Honorable Mungaro filed a court case, and that court case is the one that immediately the then president restructured the Kenya Ports Authority board. So there are facts, David, and there's also the politics. Even when you come down to senior management, you have 7 general managers. 3 of them are, actually 4 of them are from the coast, okay? And then when you come down to the entire 7,000, 55% of the employees are from the coast. So the 7,000 and all this, let me just say that there is the politics and there is the reality. I'm not here to do politics.
Okay.
I'm here to give the facts so that
do you think there is work to do
know.
in any of those areas you've described?
Yeah.
Do you identify that there is work to be done or some fixes that are required to achieve, to satisfy complaints? It can't be perfect house,
yes,
definitely.
I agree, David. The members of parliament, when they came, they told me, Mungatana, we want 80% of the workforce to be coastal. And I said, Waheshimiwa, you're asking me to sack how many people? Something like 1,500 just because he's called Otieno, he's called Chalo, he's called Mutegi.
What does that mean? Does that mean Mutegi cannot be from the coast?
So those are the questions.
There are many Mutegis who are born here.
Exactly. So those are the questions. Or you want me
Mutegi, no, but you're misunderstanding the question.
No, he's trying.
Those names are supposed to represent
it's a representative thing. I will not do that, okay? I will not do that because we are all Kenyans. However, when new opportunities come, without it being even very official, and I have said when the second container terminal is completed, we are going to do 1,000 people. The members of parliament are here, the management is here, and it's alive to the facts of what we are living in. We are sure that this 55%, I'm trying to answer your question, saying can we improve on it? Yes, we shall improve on it. And me as board chairman, I'm saying, yes, we shall improve on it, and we will ensure that
Very
happens.
quickly, a question from Apollo in Eldoret.
Yes.
Good morning. Expansion and capacity building for inland ports, for instance, Kisumu, Kisumu have not been factored in the digitization enumerated by the guest. What's the way forward?
Very quickly, we have had a big problem with Kisumu. And the reason is the offtake of cargo using the rail from the port of Mombasa has been very low.
Right.
We would want a situation where almost 100%, even at the very least, when it used to be 30%, it used to be good. But RVR, which is running the current railway structure, decided to suspend the operations in Kisumu. So now we don't have the cargo going all the way to Kisumu, which is very sad. However, going forward, once the SGR is done, we know that Kisumu in the phase 2, that whole thing will be repaired, it will be modern. So I'm asking my fellow citizen who has asked that question to just be a little patient, because the project, the way it is going fast, the SGR must come to Nairobi, and then from Nairobi it will go to Kisumu. So where it is now, we're talking about another 2-3 years away. Nairobi should be 2017, so phase 2 should be another 2 years, and then Kisumu will be fully operational. Right. So that is where we are in terms of the ICD.
Oh, okay, what about radioactive material? And that came from, I think, Nora in Kisumu.
Yes, we recently had a problem because there was some cargo which was discovered to be radioactive. And how we resolved that matter was, as soon as the radioactive board discovered those materials to be radioactive, very quickly the port made a decision to return those containers from the source. And so where we are now is that we have raised the alert, not just radioactive material, but even the whole thing of security, like the thing of elephant tusks, the thing of bad things coming in like drugs and so on. We have raised, we have a heightened security alert so that these things will not happen. I think one of the things that the President said when he was here, and Kenyans heard it, is that the port of Mombasa shall never again be used as a transit point for illegal drugs and stuff like that. And so we have a heightened security around this place.
And
so I think
about
that area is going to be a thing of the past.
David,
talking about the drugs and I mean, Mombasa port is still obviously one of the leading ports of entry and departure of poached products, ivory, tusks leaving the port, drugs coming in. What are the specific measures that we can say are being put in place by the government to prevent this misuse of the port?
First of all, I have talked about the integrated security system. This system, it has cameras everywhere. The entry now, if at all any drugs are entering, it has to be a very high level kind of thing. And because all of us are...
That you know is the case, that drug trafficking at this place
I think it is
a function of very big people.
I think it is, you know...
You heard this?
Yeah, but I think it is very difficult to compromise electronics. You know, you have to interfere with the systems because the cameras will catch you. If it's a certain container that had all those things, it is traceable. And you know, we as a port also have an international reputation to protect. We don't want our place to be a place where it's a transit point. And as you can see what happened the other day, we had a whole, you know, the army, the navy, and in fact, this whole operation, when this thing was caught, it was not caught in Mombasa port. It was offshore. Yeah. But it was being guarded around that place. A clear message has been sent to whoever is dealing with these matters that Mombasa things have changed. And I don't think it's going to change. And what measures we have put, I would say, we have like a security unit that has now been enhanced. It is being controlled from the port, but with all these agencies, NIS, the Navy, the Army, regular police,
but the other
all
day
these
heard
people.
that the policemen who saw some drugs,
yeah,
they were punished.
Which policemen?
The ones that saw some drugs, and the container was arrested.
In this particular one?
Not this particular one. I think it's a while back that Mutegi is referring to. Policemen who had latched onto drugs were victimized. When they were sent down to investigate, they are killed, you know. And the one who was leading the onslaught was fired.
Was fired, yes.
That has been
now, I don't want to dwell too much in the past.
Since you're not the security chief.
We are coming, no, but we are coming from a very dark past.
Yeah.
And those days are really gone. And I've said this so many times.
The operators are still living in Mombasa.
No, but I can tell you for sure. You know, drugs is also a business.
Yeah.
If I want my drugs to go to Hong Kong, and I know if they pass through Mombasa, they will be sunk, well, am I foolish to do that? Well, if I know even my people in Mombasa cannot deliver transit, why will I pass it? There are many routes. Let me just say this. Mombasa operates 33 shipping lines with 80 seaports connected, the high connectivity. But the same connectivity, you can get it maybe at a lower level on other ports. So you don't want to, and there are many countries that are not Kenya. They are not where we are. Yeah. So why would you want to risk your business passing through Mombasa, and yet you know you can do it in another port easily? So I think that thing is going to be a thing of the past. And I want to thank the security people. They have done a wonderful job up to now. And I really want to give it to them that things are better now than we used to.
I asked a question whether you're making money.
Yes, we are. 15, 20 years ago, the port, can you imagine, the port was a loss-making operation.
Yes.
The port
it started making profits before with your predecessor.
Now, our man, you know, the team, the management team that is currently there, we have not been doing less than 5 billion in terms of profits.
Annually?
Annually.
Now,
very quickly,
East African, there's a lot of concerted efforts by the 3 East African countries.
Yeah.
The coalition of the willing.
Correct.
Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, Kenya.
Yeah.
How much business are we expecting to be generated from these partnerships and
Uganda
intensity? How much is going out? How much is the port serving locally?
Uganda is our biggest market. In fact, we even have a liaison office in Uganda. We have a liaison office in Rwanda, and recently we opened another one in Burundi. Going forward, we want to do Juba and so on. But the kind of volumes we are dealing with Uganda, that's why for us, we never want any quarrels, any problems with all our East African, because our East African countries are our biggest market. And
what about competition, though, from Dar es Salaam?
Competition from Dar es Salaam, I don't even want to talk about it. Let me just explain very quickly. The Mombasa port is doing what we call the Northern Corridor, which is the route. We take the things from here, it goes to Kampala, it goes to DRC, Congo, Northern Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, Kigali, and so on. The route that Dar es Salaam is serving is called the Central Corridor route, and that one goes in the hinterland that way. I don't want to talk about Dar es Salaam, but businessmen will tell you that it will take like 18 days to do your container there. I had, and I can say this
compared
without...
to 3.7.
Compared to 3.7. I can say without fear of contradiction. The minister from Tanzania was with us, the deputy minister for transport. We wanted to see what is it that we are doing. I don't want to talk much about Dar es Salaam, but I want to say that we are not competing against Dar es Salaam. We are competing to make this vision, to create a world-class seaport of choice. We are fighting to be world-class.
What does that mean?
World-class means efficiency. We are not measuring ourselves against Dar es Salaam, I don't know, Welvis Bay, I don't know, Port of Durban and whatever. We are measuring ourselves throughput.
But
what is the efficiency?
In Africa, we are rated
throughput. What is the amount? You know, turnaround time. What is the international benchmark? And what are we doing? We are fighting to create that world-class seaport of choice, so that you as a businessman, you will sit down and say, if anything is going that side, I want it to go through Mombasa, and then you can transship it to another little port somewhere. Right?
Okay, so I'm conscious that you've got a meeting with the dock workers union, and we are holding you up. But before we go, very quickly, Mutegi, are we dealing with a world-class seaport?
I think we are going to that direction. There was a time when Pelokoni Gituma used to be MD here, and he used to make a lot of money many years ago during Kenyatta time, and I think we are going back there.
You think we're going back there?
Yeah, there was a time we were very efficient.
Oh, right, that's what you mean.
During Gituma time.
Okay.
And I think these gentlemen are doing wonderful.
David?
Well, I think there is reason to be hopeful and optimistic that, you know, the port is going to be what they say is world-class, increase its rating. Only the problem is his appointment was for 9 months.
He's achieved a lot in 9 months.
Are they about to be...
No, that's, let me just say, that's a presidential function. I'm very happy to work here, and I would deliver anywhere else if I am to be shifted from here. Yes. I would deliver wherever I go. I have this confidence that God has given me capacity.
We just want to remind him that the 9 months, when are they? And that you are quite okay.
He knows.
When is it expiring, though?
He knows.
You don't understand.
It's not at the pleasure of the president. But of course,
at the pleasure of the president.
But you're a politician.
Yes.
Does this mean that politics is over?
No. I am in government, and I can help my government. Any position I'm given here, I am on the outside bit of government, because even our people in government will need to trust people who are outside to help them. But I am in that system, and I'm going to go back to politics, because that's my calling. You know, there are people
in what
who
role?
are called, I'll be governor, God willing. People are called to different things. Some are called to be priests, some are called in the corporate world, some are called to make money, some are called to be scientists, some of us are called to
You're not
be
aiming for anything higher than that, thing as the coast wants to form its own political party. You're not offering yourself to be that candidate.
That is a discussion for another day, but I know that for me,
graduated ambitions.
I want to go to run to help our government in running one of the counties, and offering myself for leadership, because unlike what you think, leadership is truly a sacrifice. It's not a joke. My few years actually, it's much better here than it used to be there, because there, whatever you do, let me tell you, as a member of parliament, whatever you do, it's not intangible. Save for the CDF. You're passing laws, you're doing this, it's not tangible. Here in the port, I'm able to say, this year, I am targeting 980,000 TEUs, containers. I'm going to build this. We are putting this into, and this will happen.
And so what do you want your legacy to have been at the end of your term, whenever that ends?
At the end of my time, completion of mega infrastructure projects, that we will have finished the second container terminal. We will have relocated the KPA Oil terminal, because right now it's not in a very nice place, and that's a big project. We will have created a good facility, a commercial port in Lamu that will be functional. and that we will have created a beautiful facility, upgraded the current cruise ship facility to a world-class facility which can serve cruise ships that come docking along the coast, and also continuing with the equipment acquisition and modernization of the port. That's what I want to see.
So we'll end now. Well, thank you for your time here. And that was our guest today, the Honorable Danson Mungatana, the Chairman of the Board of Directors, of the Kenya Ports Authority. Our thanks also to our panelists, David Makali and Mutegi Njao. Our thanks also to the Serena Beach Resort and Spa for hosting us here in Mombasa County. Thank you for watching Cheche. My name is Udwa Kamimo. We'll see you from Nairobi, sadly.